everybody. Hello. Can somebody tell me if I am showing up sideways or right side up? That will really help me because I messed with my camera today, so it might look a little weird. How's it going, everybody? I have a fun project today. I want to show you this new set in the catalog. This is the new catalog that you should have received in the mail. And we are going to use the waterfall thin cut today too. I'm sideways. I had a feeling. Hold on just a moment. Let me fix my camera. I'll try it this way. I tried to put it I tried to put my phone sideways. So that you could get more, more in the field, but that's okay. Real quick, while we're waiting for everybody, I just want to show you a real sneak peek of next week. Next week I'm going to show the Stamp of the Month set. I have a few little cards. I want to show you how to make them, and I want to show you how to make this cool scene. And so I just wanted to show you a little sneak peek of that. I also have a fun scrapbook page using that because it's a little different than our usual stamp sets. What makes it hard for me, this one right here, is that I like it a lot, but there's nothing else in the catalog similar to it, and so it's hard to put something with it. I was laughing because one of my uplines said this reminded her of Dr. Seuss, and what was the name of that book? I saw it on Mulberry Street or something like that. She said that artwork reminds her of that for some reason, so I thought that was kind of funny. The other thing I want to show you before we get started is I went on Marketplace, and a consultant who retired sent me her old blocks, and some of them, they're used, like this one has a line etched in it, but a few of them came like this. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a weird haze on the block. It's it almost looks dirty, but it's not dirty. It's in the block itself. And every now and then you get a block that does this. It's like an old block thing. Let me move these out of the way. And I want to show you how to fix it. Actually, maybe I'll use this cardboard box. Can you see that okay? All right, so I have a heat tool here, and you can use any heat tool, not a hairdryer. It has to be the really hot heat tools. And when you turn it on, it's so hot that you can't put your hand in front of it. So be careful what's under your block. But what's cool about this, I don't exactly know why this happens to blocks, but every now and then a consultant or somebody will say it's due to moisture inside the acrylic itself. I don't know if that's true, but I do know that this fixes it. So I was just going to do some of this and show you what I'm talking about. So I had this block that had this real problem. I think I'll just do half, and then you can see. So I just heated up my block, and then hopefully I can touch it. You can see, I hope you can see that now. That is smooth and clear, and it looks perfect. Now the other side needs to be done to really be smooth and clear, but it really does work great. So I still need to do this part. So it's a really cool thing. I'm going to do the rest of this block, and this block has a little bit of an issue. And then from there, I really bought these for you guys. These were, I thought they were dirt cheap. She practically gave them to me, and I thought they would be a great thing. Blocks are one of those things that I hate to spend money on, but the cheap, nasty blocks just don't work very well. And Close to My Hearts are nice because they're nice and thick. They have grips. You can see through them really nicely. I just think they're worth the money, but I might be randomly giving those away. So if you get one in your package, hooray for you. And if you don't get one, I'll keep watching for deals and see what we can do. And those are really good things to buy with your half off item money also. Okay, so for today, I've had a lot of questions about this. This is the Waterfall Thin Cut. And this is just basically a giant thin cut with, it has like a little stitched square border that's 2 inches, a little scalloped border that's just a tad under that, I want to say 1 3/4, and then there's a little tiny circle. Leave her alone, Moose. And then there's a couple of banners. So we have several thin cuts that come together. Now, in the past, we've made thin cut cards just cutting it out ourselves, because you can see, you can make a thin cut or a waterfall just on your own. And the way it works is this folds in. There are score lines on it when it cuts. So, and then each score line goes on the fold. I accidentally did my 2 score lines. There we go. And then the whole thing, these tabs wrap around and attach. Okay? So that's the whole device right there. Like, it would not be difficult for you to make one without the thin cut, but on the other hand, so nice to have this made. Now, I made like a little mock-up just to show you the function of it. So I wouldn't forget. Noelle's a good person to know that when I got this out last time she was here, I could not remember how to attach the little cards to make them flip. I had to really like mess with it. So this is our little mock-up that we did, and you want, when you wrap these tabs around, you want it to be loose enough to slide easily. You don't want it to be so snug that it won't slide. And then when you attach your little cards, you attach if they go in order, like on this stamp, for example, it is called the Happy Birthday song. So, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear whoever, happy birthday to you, right? So this is the song, so they go in an order. Now these 3 don't matter, but this one does, and so when you would put it on, you want to make sure that they're put on like in the happy birthday song order, okay? So I'm gonna just put that aside for a moment. These are the colors that I have out today. So what I did was I went ahead and cut some pink and some orange of the 2-inch stitched square, right? And then I cut out 4 of the little slightly smaller ones, and those will just layer right on top. Isn't that nice? But we need to stamp on those, and I think I'll use the Lagoon ink. And so it doesn't really matter right how I stamp them, what order I stamp them in right now. What matters is just that I put them on the thing in order, right? So I'm gonna just stamp these. I hope you can see them. I have my little cleaner off to the side. All right, ta-da. Now the other thing that comes in this birthday set, there's some other little parts. So there's some music notes, there's a candle, there's this little bitty like confetti. And so if you wanted to, you know, add music notes to it, you could add some confetti, whatever you want. So it would be, usually what I would do for that is I would use different colors, but I'm just going to show you this card really quick, and then I have another one in a masculine color. So basically, I'm just gluing these on. It's boring to watch someone glue, isn't it? What's everybody doing today? I feel like we have these like weird giant green beetles in our backyard. At first I thought they were some kind of wood bee, like a carpenter bee or something, because they buzz and they're really loud. But they're like a weird jewel tone. They're just so strange looking, and they kind of freak me out a little bit. So I haven't even really been going outside in the backyard. I'm using the party time paper, and it is two-sided. So one side is the blues and greens, and one side is the pinks and oranges. I know I've shown this to you before, and it's nothing new because I keep using this paper. I'm gonna be sad when it goes away. As a matter of fact, I bought an extra package of it this month because when it retires at the end of August, I know that this is gonna be a real go-to paper for me. All right, let's get this ready. So this was our thing cut, boom. And the first thing we wanna do is fold this over and right here and glue it. It just gives it a little sturdiness, like that. And then we fold it on all the lines, and I'm gonna wrap it to the back. I hope you can all see that. I'm gonna put just a little bit of glue right there, and then wrap it to the back and hold it just for a moment. And then when you attach this to your card, the only thing that gets adhesive is that strip right there. No adhesive here, no adhesive anywhere else, because you want that movement to be able to happen. I'm moving this around because I want to make sure that my score lines are nice and well done. You don't want it to hitch up on you. Okay, so we're gonna put our last message here. This will be, excuse me, the very last message they see. And then that means this is the third message. So I'm just gonna put glue in this section where I want it to attach. I'm not gonna put it on here because I don't wanna take the risk of it adhering in the wrong place. I am lining it up to see that score mark to the score mark, just like that. And I'm just gonna hold that in place a moment. That'll be number 3. And then I have this one. I could use score tape. I could use, you know, my ATG. I could use any runner, but this gets so much action that I really feel like it needs some pretty strong adhesive. All right, so there we go. I'm pushing it all down. I want to make sure it's all adhered. This glue dries really fast, which is great. I'm going to hold it just by that little base, and then this is how it works. Isn't that cool? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stephanie. Stephanie has a birthday. Happy birthday to you. There we go. So now we want to adhere this to our card. Now you could decorate this any way you want, but for now, you know, I don't know why I put away my stickers. I had a cool balloon bundle I wanted to put with that. So just for now, I'm going to put it off to the side just to show you how it adheres. I'm going to put glue only on this strip. That's it. And then it will go on the card, and you will hold it down there and it'll glue. Now, there are some people who are like, wow, that's so weird, because see, it's not adhered anywhere else but that strip, and that just feels strange on a card. And some cards, if you hold it up, if you use flimsier cardstock here, it even flops forward a little bit, and it's like, oh, that just doesn't seem right. But you know, most people look at their cards flat, right? So this is how it looks, and that's how it works. And so I'm gonna put some stickers on here, some ribbon on the little like pull, or you could even make a pull of some kind. And at the very bottom where it pulls out, you could write your message, or you could put more decorations. Okay, so I have a more masculine one I want to show you. Let me just move those out of the way. So what I did was I cut the mechanism for the waterfall out of Lagoon cardstock. And so here we are, just folding on all the score lines. I'm folding, creasing on each of the score lines like that, right? I'm gonna go ahead, and the first thing I'm gonna do is glue down this little tiny tab that just gives it a little more sturdiness. Just like that. All right. I'm folding the scores like crazy because I want to make sure that they hold really well. And remember, then this wraps to the back, so I'm gonna put a little bit of glue there, and that's gonna wrap around. And remember, you don't want it so tight that it won't move, so I'm just gonna leave that in place for a moment, let that dry. And I'm going to lay this out. I did yellow as my base, and then I have the 4 little pieces that I'm gonna stamp on. And since this is my base and I'm using this and yellow, I thought it would look good with the green apple or even the sapphire. I could alternate. Maybe I'll do that. Can you see this? Is it in the, yeah. All right. So there's that one. And that one. Maybe I'll switch to sapphire for the others. one thing I really like about these blocks being clear is that you can see whether you have enough ink on your stamp. You know, like if I just halfway ink it up, you can see there is not enough ink on that. So before you even stamp it down, you will know that it's not quite right. And then if I wanted to, I could put a little music note and maybe some confetti. And you can do a lot of different things with that, obviously. And we're gonna do the same thing where we just glue these on. What I really love about this particular card is that I decided to I used the same sheet of paper, and I'm just using the other side of it so you can see, you know, on the other card I did this side, and now I'm making one using this side. I really like that it's versatile that way, and I like that there's a lot of patterns so that, you know, not everybody in your house gets the exact same paper and card, essentially. And I like the colors. So this paper has been a big wowza for me. There's not a lot of birthday paper I like, but I like this because it has small enough prints for card making. All right, let me just see if this is a little faster. I'm gonna put that on my card base. All right, let's put our waterfall together. So we put this here. And line it up with that score. While I'm doing this, gosh, have you guys been watching all that stuff going on in Florida? That building that collapsed. I can't stop watching it. I just can't even imagine. Okay, put that down. Not to bring everybody down, but wow, it's really something. Okay, so notice that I'm doing each section one at a time. Just like that. Now, this set looks like the only thing you could do with it is something like this, but each image individually is pretty versatile. Like you could just use one image, could just use that on the inside of cards and stuff. Okay, again, we just glue it down by using that tab. Is the only thing that gets adhesive. I'm putting it on just like this because, again, I have decorations that I got out for these. Where did I put them? Of course, out of reach. But there's that. And then I thought this PML card was really cute. And I thought that would be really adorable on the inside cake. Right? So that is card number 2, and essentially I made like a girl version, a boy version, if you want to think of it that way, but really two with the same set, the same waterfall, the same paper, just different colors. So the other thought I had was this card. So do you remember when we made the pop-out card where it was like a W card? So you fold it in half and then you fold each end up to the middle like this. Okay. So we have a W. Okay, so let's make this card. Now remember, with this type of card, the way it works is this, it adheres down like this, and then it'll pop up, right? I'm looking around for my pieces. I cut out some pieces to go on the inside. Let's just do the inside of the card. So if I adhere this here and have another piece here, this gets adhered down. Okay, and then again we have our pieces, the happy birthday pieces that we need to stamp, and you can use whatever colors you want. And gosh, I really did set that paper out of my sight. I was like, duh, Con. I have tons of that paper, and I put it into the holder where I keep it. Which one am I missing? Oh yeah, this one. Okay. So here we go again. This is basically the same thing. I just, we'll just put them on each part here. The only thing about this card is it'll be a little trickier, just a little trickier to write the name in on this one, because it's kind of up in the air on the pop-up W style card. But it's a great way to use the set. You have the 4 pieces, and then you have your, let me pull this back in. You have your W that goes in like this. Really, so this card is a 4 1/4 by 11, and it's folded in the center so it opens like a book. And then this piece is just whatever width you want, but it has to be the same as the card at 11. So when I put these on, I like to line it up with the edge right there. Make sure my fold is in the center, lines up right here with the fold of the card. There you go. So when you open your card, this comes forward and it pops up when they open it. So what's cool then is that you put your birthday pieces on like this. Ta-da! So when it opens, it'll all pop out. That way you don't have to watch me glue. But what I'll do is I'll finish these and I'll put the decorations on them so that you can see. I use that same paper, and I have another little sticker that goes here. The sticker set that comes with this paper is pretty amazing. And I really like the PML cards for card making, so that's really neat. So this set is kind of fun, and even though it's almost missable in the catalog, I feel like you could just go past the page. and not notice it. It's really cool. Here in their example, you can see they did like a slim line. They used a sticker as a decoration. And then they made each of them a different color. Like this one's pink and orange and green and lagoon. So that's kind of a neat idea. And I love that it's the birthday song. It's cute. It's adorable. So that's neat. So next week we do the stamp of the month, and I have a couple of fun things to show using the paper packs, and that pretty much takes care of July. But I have so many things that I want to show you. I may start showing some sneak peeks of some of the stamp of the month artwork on our page. Oh, I want to show you this. Now, okay, so here's a waterfall card. I use the exact same mechanism using non-close to my heart papers. I use contraband, and you can see how cute that turned out. That's a totally different look. And see, I stamped the happy birthday at the end. Let me show you another one. I did this one in more of florals. I did some watercolor, and this one doesn't want to move as well. I need to work with the mechanism a little. It says get your shine on and happy birthday. So that's kind of fun. I love these cards, you guys. Aren't they fun? These work a lot better. These are moving really well. Okay, if you think of anything that you want to see, that you're curious about or you want to see, let me know. Next week we're going to show some masking and some watercolors, and if there's any techniques you're curious about, let me know, because I'll incorporate it into my artwork. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.